Morning guys, 27th of February. It's about 10 past 7. It's 7:11 a.m. We have the official by here about 6:45. The time I was living below in Enniskillen, there wasn't one day that you wouldn't meet the police or the OUC or whatever you call them, and it didn't matter what road you went because they'd always have a jeep or a crossover or a car on the same road. If you went to the right, you'd meet them there. If you went straight on, you'd meet them there. If you went to the left, you'd meet them there. And if they weren't doing that, they were following you around the place. And then when you come out of the fucking supermarket, you'd only be 20 yards down when you were pulled. And maybe you could be pulled, there could be a dozen of them there. There could be 3 to 4 vehicles, you know, for me and the young fella. But this is what their carry on was the whole fucking time below, setting up stage accidents, set up one in Lisnaskey. Of supposedly a jeep ran into the corner of the building, bits scattered all around it, body bags laying all around the place, ambulances, the whole fucking shebang. Then from when you go into Butler's Bridge there, you go on down halfway down to Enniskillen. Of course, they set another one up there at night, me coming home one night or whatever it was, they had one set up there too. Of course, there was no people, you know, usually when you see an accident or coming in an accident, there's people standing around, people belonging to owns the cars, you know, stuff like that, and no, didn't see one, you know, all except maybe an ambulance man and a police. Not even the police, you'd see the vehicle, but they weren't even out there sitting in, you know, and that's why I knew they were fucking staged, because there was no one fucking about around at all. Well, there was an ambulance there and police and stuff like that, you know, and then the smoke coming out of the vehicles, all staged. And then if it wasn't that, you were meeting them constantly on the road. If you're out anywhere at all, constantly meeting them on the road, then that was all right. Then you'd be pulled in every second day you'd be stopped. Why am I stopped? You're stopped because you're in a drug-related area. This was constant, every second day, every day for weeks, you know. And then it was, you know, if it wasn't that, it was the car. You have a baldy tire on the car, have the insurance on the car, then takes them 20 minutes to ring up and check the insurance. You know, what about the NCT? You know, what about the tax? Show you your license. Took me license off me. Never give me license back for 3 fucking months. They posted it out. Was sitting in there's down where they're building that new shopping centre there. There's a shop there and a chippy and a thing and a big back, sort of a back car park. We used to sit out the back there, having your lunch or whatever it was, or a coffee, you know. And then I seen this boy pulling in the car when they drove in the car, young fella, and then drove on, and the smiles of him in the car, you could see him, drove over to the right, sat there for a minute, pulled back out on the road again, round, just drove more or less round the block, just a minute, like, you know, and then back in. And then there was a big woo woo woo, and who was behind them? Only the police. They pulled him in and took him out of the car and all this. Not a big staged fucking staged theatre or fucking, you know, cinema. Fucking sit back and watch the comedians. That's all that was. This is their idea, whatever. Water service. He's right on the side of his van now. Whatever. I know he's down fishing. Fucking some job that, isn't it? He was there a couple of days ago as well. If it wasn't that, it was stopped in Lisnaskey. You had someone reported a gun been pointed at them out the window of the car. This was in Lisnaskey. a water pistol, that's what it was. You see, we were going along and you'd fire an odd fucking skirt, you know, you might hit some of these informers or rats in the back of the neck, and then they get on to the police, and then that's, they pulled us in for that then, you see, because we were annoying the rats. But I was thinking now, the young fella pulled in, like, how, you know, like, to create a scenario like that. Yeah, the young fella pulled in, like, it was a complete staged fucking setup, you know, with the police and him, you know, and they expect you to believe all this bullshit, you know. But sure, that was alright, took the license off me and never give it back for 3 months or so, and it was always, you know, what are you doing? You're in a drug-related area, search the car, constant, find no drugs, we have nothing to do with drugs, you know. Oh, you're in a drug-related area. Say to him one day, is there any place in Enniskillen that is not a drug-related area? No, he says. So what the fuck are you doing, you know? Are you just spinning around for the fucking sake of spinning around? That's all they're at below. But that was the scenario with them, you know. Stage accidents the whole time, pulled in every second day, and I'm talking maybe could be 12 policemen at a time, policemen and women, you know, 3 or 4 carloads of them, like, you know. And then if it wasn't one night, they followed me, a car in front of me and a car behind me, from Enniskillen right up to the border, right up to Newtown Butler, and then drove straight on, and I veered off to the left or whatever. All they put stress on you, and anxiety and paranoid and the whole lot. That's all I want. The flat that I went in, that we were in, it was the young fella's flat. There was a boy across, living across the hallway, living in us. You know, he was a lad years ago, a fat cunt, that set up prostitutes in a flat in Monaghan, and that's how he was got the rat then for the police, because he was caught, and they said, yeah, we'll let you go if you fucking, you know, if you you know. And that's what he's doing, touting and stalking and harassment now. That's what they have all the young fellas working for them below in the north, probably up here as well. And it's not a bit of wonder, it's not a bit of fucking wonder that there's high suicide rates in the fucking north. People doing, or people been pushed to do stuff that they don't want to do. And blaming the Troubles then. I know the Troubles has a certain amount to do with it, but I believe that these crowd below is pushing these young fellas in to do all this stuff that they're not, you know, that they don't want to do, you know, but they're forced to fucking do. That's what I think. That's what I don't think, I know it. I know that that's going on at the minute. That's the same up fucking here. You know, down below, one time, I was stopped every day, pulling anyway, yeah, and I was out, we were walking, don't know what I was doing out walking. Oh, you were driving a van, weren't you? You had a van, and this is the constant, I was stopped, you had a van, you were driving a van, you're this here, and this van didn't click with me at the time, and you know, it was just, what the fuck are you keeping going on about the van for, you know? And it didn't click with me at the time, and then I said, fuck, I was driving a van, I had a van up here. How did they know I had a van down? How did the ones in the north know that I was driving a van up around here? I was never stopped in a van down there. Simple reason is because the ones up here was give them information down there about my whereabouts, where I was living, what I was doing, and what I was driving, and all the rest. So all the information went from here down to there. Not that I give two fucks, like, you know, but that's what we're at, you know, and probably still at. But I don't know, guys. That's the way they fucking operated. That's the way they operated, you know. What are you doing here, and where were you, and what were you doing? They didn't give two fucks whether you had, and what's drugs. Well, you'd be done if you had any drugs in the car, or if you didn't, you know what I'm saying, out of place or anything like that, you'd be arrested, you know what I'm saying. But it was only the sake of pulling you into annoy you the whole fucking time, Well, if they got it on you, well, that was your fucking mistake, But so we knew that anyway, But it wasn't the women. The women seemed that the guards up here, the band guards, seemed to get more involved in the likes of this here, stopping and talking, all this, carry on, away you going, what are you at today and all that. Not so much in the north. It's more or less the men that does all that, the searching and the talking and stuff like that. Men, I wouldn't call them men. Body out of condition, But this was the scenario below, guys. Loads of fucking shit. Loads of shit, As you probably know anyway, But that was the scenario anyway, guys, down now. Anytime I go down now, you mightn't see them on the way down, but you'll definitely see them when you're coming back. Just to show their presence to you, we're still here, we're still looking at you, But the amount of touts and the amount of informers to have in down there is fucking unreal. It's the same up here too. Society's never going to be the same. It's never this country with these foreign nationals and all this, or immigrants or whatever you like, the country. This is never going to be the same. This country, never. All right, guys, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching.